What's going on, guys? Coach CHRISPECT here, the wise guy. So in this video, I just got off a conference call with Sam. Sam's from Texas. Sam was the winner of my 777 subscribers, 777th subscriber on YouTube. And Sam won himself a 30-minute coaching call with Coach CHRISPECT. And so I it's funny because when he won, I couldn't actually direct message him on YouTube, so I had to figure out where can I find the Sam. Checked on Instagram, saw that there was this one person, same name, so reached out to him just to check if that was the one that subscribed to my YouTube channel. Turned out it was, so that was awesome. And it gave him the heads up that he had just won a contest for a free 30-minute coaching call with myself. So we scheduled that for this morning, and we went over a bunch of things. I told Sam, get 4 or 5 things ready that you want to ask me that I can go over with you. We'll hit that all up in 30 minutes. But we turned that coaching call into like an hour and a half. I've compressed it in this video for everybody. I'm going to share this one because there's some great content, some great teaching. I go over stuff in retail arbitrage, execution, private label, product research, combination of a bunch of different things. So it's always, every coaching call is always unique, but I thought this would be a good one to share with you guys. Any comments or questions, definitely add them in the comment section below. In the description of this video is the description of my course. Again, just a little bit about that course. It's a $500 course on how to sell on Amazon, both in private label and retail arbitrage. It's the blueprint of selling on Amazon. I put that out. And that course is now only $97 permanently. So what you're going to see in this video with Sam and I going over selling on Amazon and my coaching him and consulting him, you're going to get a much more specific blueprint in my course. And again, that's for $97. So that's going to be in the description of this video. Enough said. This is my coaching call with Sam from Texas. Here you go. What's going on, Sam?
How's it going?
Coach Chris here.
Nice to hear from you.
How's it going, man?
Man, just woke up. I thought you were in California. I didn't know you were in Canada.
Basically, the same thing. We're like a few hours above, right on the West Coast.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just above Seattle, so Pacific North.
Okay.
Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're on the west side, just on the northwest side.
You got it. You got it. So yeah, I'm literally waking. I woke up like about 10 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, I gotta call Sam.
Yeah. Me too. I just wasn't sure what you had going on today. I just wanted to get this out the way.
For sure.
My car.
Definitely.
So my phone doesn't die. Give me a second.
No problem. Okay. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
So let's get started.
Let's go.
And I didn't know we having a contest or what?
Yeah. I'll do these hidden contests also. Every so often I'll throw like a free call at one of the subscribers to my YouTube channel. And it just happened to be the number 777, so lucky 777 came up. And it was you, but I was like, I don't know how to get a hold of this guy because I couldn't DM you through your YouTube channel. So I was like, let me search on Instagram. He's probably on there. So it was a random guess, but you were the only one that came up. So I was like, okay, it's gotta be this Sam. So I threw it out there, and then you responded. You're like, yes.
I am very grateful. This is something I'm trying to start doing now.
Have you started selling on Amazon yet, or you looking into it? What stage are you in?
Yeah, I posted a few items.
Yep. Yeah.
On Amazon right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's. I've been buying things that have good sales range. Because I've been looking. I've been buying things that are, 20,000, 50,000. I never buy anything that's like over 100,000 sales range.
Yeah. Yeah, so your sales rank is on par. It should make a sale. If you were to plug those sales ranks into Jungle Scout's free calculator, do you know about that free calculator?
No, I don't.
So Jungle Scout, a company that basically teaches, has product research software. They have this free calculator called the Jungle Scout Estimator tool. If you Google Jungle Scout Estimator tool or whatever, then you can throw the rank in by category, and it'll tell you how many units that exact product rank sells per month, whether it be 10, 50, 100, 500, whatever the case may be, just depending on the lower rank. So then you can kind of gauge, well, I should be making sales. This is like a 30 product a month, like one a day thing. And then you just have to look, okay, what am I missing here? So I can probably tell you what you're missing, but we'll get there.
All right, cool.
Is it Jungle Scout Estimator tool?
Jungle Scout Estimator tool. And you have to be on a computer to do that? Or
you can do it even from your phone. You can do it from the browser on your phone. It's a free tool. It doesn't cost anything. You don't even have to sign up. It's just just a link. Yeah, it just asks you to choose the rank and the category and your marketplace. So US, whatever, toys, and then type in your rank number and just hit the roulette wheel, and it'll start calculating, and it'll spit out a number, and that will tell you how many sales that rank is making a month. It'll actually tell you what the sales are, so the actual data.
30 a month, you buy it? What's the cutoff to where you say, I'm not going to buy that?
It's all seasonal. So, a lot of times, like, toys right now are killing it. A toy for me that would sell 1 a month is now selling 5 a month. Obviously, because it's toy season. So it really depends on the season. But if it shows that it sells 30 in a month, then I'm just going to adjust how many I buy. So I might buy I'll buy 5, and I'll also look at something like how many other FBA sellers are on there. Now, are you doing it where you're shipping your products to Amazon and letting Amazon do all the work? So FBA, are you doing FBA? Or are you trying to fulfill them yourself?
I'm trying to see what works best for me.
You're right.
Right now, I haven't sold nothing yet. So I haven't sold nothing yet. I've been there for about a week now.
Okay.
I've been adding 5.
Okay.
But I feel like I get a better profit if I send them.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't have as. Eventually, I not have to worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fulfillment by Amazon. Fulfillment by Amazon is currently at about 8 times fulfillment by merchant, so 8 times the sales. And the reason for that is consumers, Amazon consumers, a lot of them are looking for the Prime shipping badge. So if you're an Amazon customer and you're shopping for something, you're looking for 2 things. You're looking probably for, price, you're probably looking for something on page 1, but you're looking for fast shipping, fast delivery. So that Prime shipping badge is a lot of people don't care about anything else, but that they're Prime, they're getting it in 2-day shipping. So when you're fulfillment by merchant, you don't have that badge. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a low estimate right now, but it's approximately 8 times more sales if you're fulfillment by Amazon. So just keep that in mind. And all that means realistically is that you're sending your stuff. I mean, you obviously incur costs by doing it yourself, like shipping costs, box costs, packaging costs, etc. Difference is now you're just leveraging Amazon to do all the work for you. Time costs you'd be occurring. So now if you just package them all up in a box, ship them to Amazon, let Amazon do the shipping for you, box them up, ship them off to your customer, and you just sit there and passively collect an income. Doesn't mean the same thing's going to happen. Doesn't mean that you're going to sell stuff unless you're doing the other stuff properly. Because you haven't sold anything, there's probably something you're missing right now. So probably best to figure that out, not worry about whether you ship it to Amazon or just fulfill it yourself. You're right, you only have a few sales right now. You only have a few items right now in your inventory, so it's not a big deal right now. It's manageable for you right now. Shipping costs in the US are super cheap. You can stuff them in an envelope and stick them to people, right? So so let's figure out why you're not selling stuff. But I mean, as far as me buying, based on this tool, if I saw that it was selling 30, I'd probably buy 5 and test out the market with the product. You know, for anywhere from 1 to 5, and try to see how fast that one sells. If I buy one and then I can sell within a couple of days of it arriving to Amazon for me, then I'll go and buy a bunch more, because I know that 30 are going to sell in a month. The only difference is I got to win that buy box to get all 30. So now my question to you is, are you winning the buy box? Do you know what the buy box is?
No.
Okay. So the buy box, how Amazon works is you'll list a product for 25 bucks. Okay? That's the price of the product or whatever. Or you may have listed it for the lowest price. Okay? And then you'll put it on there and you'll leave it on there at 24, 22 or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like 2 days go by, 3 days go by, a week go by, you haven't sold anything. What happens is there's other sellers on that same listing that you're trying to sell, and they'll undercut your price by a penny or 5 cents or whatever the case may be. All of a sudden, they own what's called the buy box. And the buy box is Amazon's name for the best price gets every sale. Okay, so because he undercut you 5 cents, when they click that one-click add to cart button, that proprietary Amazon click, add to my cart, they're going to add that guy's inventory because he has a 5 cent cheaper price than you. So you don't own the buy box, you're never going to sell anything until you always own the buy box. Okay, so you have to make sure you're on top of that manually, or else you're just going to wonder, why is nothing selling? But as soon as you can manage owning the buy box, okay, so just got to jump on your Seller Central, your account, and then look at your inventory, and right in there on your account, account and inventory, if it says the word match price, then it means you don't own the buy box right now. Or if you look at the buy box column of your inventory and the price is lower than what you're selling it at, the buy box price is lower than what you're selling at, that means somebody else owns the buy box. So you got to go, okay, shit, I got to beat that guy by a penny. So that's the competition of Amazon right there. There is etiquette, but not a lot of people are good at etiquette. Like, you could share the buy box with somebody. You could just match his price. And if there's just 2 of you in with that price, you guys will flip back and forth. That helps maintain profit. But sometimes you get some of these guys who just keep beating you. So I usually say at first, just match his price and see if he just stays at that price and you stay at that price, and you can just share the sales. But if he beats you, then he doesn't know about the etiquette, and so you just got to, keep on top of it. And then eventually you'll start selling. You'll start converting sales for sure.
I got 5 things in my inventory right now.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm a fishing rod and it's not popping up in my inventory, so I don't know what's up with that.
Right. Okay.
Right now. So what I'm doing is I'm changing all my box prices, my buy box.
Yeah.
All my competition, so I went ahead and did that.
Yeah.
How do I go about changing?
Basically what you're going to do, so if you decide you want to ship your stuff to the warehouse and you have the inventory right now, on the left side of your screen, you got all those little check mark boxes. Just check the inventory that you want to ship, whether it's all 5 or whatever the case may be. And then just above it, there's a box called an action box. Click that action box, and then it'll say,
hold on.
Yeah.
So what page?
So you're going to be still in the inventory page. Still in that inventory page. On the left side, you got the check mark boxes to select what inventory you want to send.
I don't got that.
Do you have that?
It's just showing me what's on my inventory, on my offer. Check mark.
Okay.
I can click on my inventory.
You can click on your inventory, so you can do your edit on your inventory, right? So on the right side, there's that edit button. Now you could do the edit button.
I'm on my phone.
You're via your phone right now. Okay, so you're on the app right now.
I'm not on the. I don't have a laptop right
now. No, that's fine. You're on the phone app right now. Okay, that makes sense. So you can do this via your phone, but you got to log in through whatever Safari or Google Chrome or whatever. You got to log into your account via browser in order to do a send inventory to Amazon steps. So if you were to log in through there, you get a different look. It's not you know, it's not app-like. You know, you got to expand the screen and stuff like that and play around to make sure it's big. But then same thing, you would go into your inventory via that format, and then it gives you the options to select all the inventory that you want to send. I have a demo on this on my, if you go through my YouTube channel, there's a small demonstration on how to send your inventory. So you could just search my videos and you just sit there and watch them, right? But you're in your inventory, you'll be able to select all the inventory that you want to send, and then you click action, and then it just asks you send or replenish inventory. That's what you want to do. You want to send or replenish inventory. Now, it's going to tell you that all these listings are fulfillment by merchant. Do you want to convert them to fulfillment by Amazon? Just say yes. And then it'll just switch it'll switch it to an Amazon style, where Amazon will say, okay, we have these in inventory for you, versus you having the little boxes telling them how much of the inventory you have. They'll tell you how much of the inventory you have. So, and then that's it. You just go through the steps from there. It just says, where are you shipping it from? Here's where we want you to ship it to. Most likely it'll be like Dallas, where the fulfillment center is. That's kind of by you. And then, yeah, how many quantity do you have? And then that's it. Package it up and ship it out. They'll print the label for you, all that type of stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
Pretty straightforward. I mean, but you have to be on the.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It is. I am.
Okay.
Mark all the
boxes. Now there's a way to change each listing to fulfillment by Amazon before you send it too. You can do it that way as well. You can say, okay, I want this one to be fulfillment by Amazon, so let me change it. You click the box, you go into the action box, and you go change to fulfillment by Amazon. Right now, it's kind of one of the top two options.
The pricing, all that stuff on your phone.
Yeah.
Sales, all that.
Yeah. Nothing changes except for now Amazon's going to tell you how much inventory you have because they're managing it for you. So it'll actually show 0 until you send them. Okay. Right. So what's gone on? I think this would be without this is my guess. I think right now that particular listing is set as fulfillment by Amazon. I'm curious. If it's telling you if it's out of stock, it's not showing on yours. I wonder if it's set as fulfillment by Amazon. The other option is this. On your app, you might have it set as only show me active inventory. So when you're on your app, go to the option on the very bottom. So I'm just going to jump on my app here. If you're on the very bottom, you're looking at your inventory. Okay, and then at the very bottom, you got filter. And then click all. Yeah. Click all. Yours might be just set to active. So click all, and then it'll show you that fishing rod. Should show you that fishing rod. Yeah. I think that's what's going on. Once you do that, it should show you. Then you can update it. You can add your inventory. If it allows you to add your inventory, it's fulfillment by merchant. If it doesn't, then it's fulfillment by Amazon. You just got to switch it. Oh, there you go.
So now I'm trying to take it off now because I sold it already.
Yeah. Did you? Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can delete the listing or close it or whatever. Yeah. Did you make money on it? Yeah.
See, what happened was I bought it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I had it for not much attention. And a guy offered a counter offer, and I probably should have counter offered a little bit higher.
Yeah.
My price was $47.
Yeah.
I probably counter offered and he countered with. I ended up selling for $29.
Right.
For shipping.
Okay.
So I made $10.
Yeah.
I'm still new to this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make it sense.
Yeah. Just trying to get going, get the momentum going. No, I mean it works, right? You flip an inventory at the end of the day, you flip something, so just go buy another one of those fishing rods if you can find it.
I know. See, think about it. I get comfortable. I think okay, I said now, that might not sell again, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What I do is I go to.
Yeah.
So Walmart has live scan items, and where do you?
Anywhere. Anywhere. I go honestly, I go anywhere. Like all the big box places like Walmart, Target, Ross, like all those places are perfect because anywhere really I can find clearance stuff. That's where I want to go. If I can find it 70% off, 75% off, 80% off, it's going to be easier to make those buys less risky. You know what I mean? So, but I'll go anywhere. I mean, I'll even go to dollar stores. I spend a lot of time in dollar stores because I can convert a lot of those things that scan and actually show like really low ranking. And I can usually convert a lot of that stuff and make $5 profit off a buck sale or whatever. Because they'll sell for like $9.99, $15.99. I buy some stuff for like $3, $4 that sells for 25 to 30 on average on Amazon. So, and that's probably where a lot of my retail arbitrage income comes from. But I'll go anywhere really, to be honest. If I'm driving by a place and it looks like it's got sale, I'll just stop in and check out their inventory. Now, you don't have Wi-Fi, so a lot of places don't have Wi-Fi. So what you can do is just write down the products. And then when you're in a Wi-Fi spot, via your phone, you can actually go to, the search bar and just search that products, and then just check out your list, of whatever. If you have 10 things you wrote down, you just check out and see if they show up when you have Wi-Fi. You don't always have to scan the barcode or the face of the cover. You can just search, the name of the product too, right? So, and that helps a lot of people who don't have Wi-Fi.
Change that. I need to get unlimited data on my phone.
Or data.
I'm paying $4 a month.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Real cheap. You have to have a box.
Yeah, some people do them like, some people will put them in bags. They don't necessarily have to have a box. As long as they're just packaged, and clean and everything like that. You can bag it up. But yeah. And it just depends on how you list it. If you list it as, if you're listing it as like new, you can give it a detailed description. Like there's just no box, but these are brand new. But if you're listing it as brand new, then you just list it, send it off to your customer.
A box and then.
Yep, you can. Nope, you can put them in a box. They'll just get you to. The only thing they'll get you to do is they'll get you to put their stickers on them that they scan. So when you're sending things, they'll get you to print out some stickers for each individual thing. They're called an FNSKU sticker or their ASIN sticker. And that just has their barcode. So for Amazon, when scanning stuff. And if, let's say you don't have a printer, you can get Amazon to do it. They just charge you 20 cents per unit that you are sending them. So you go, I don't have a printer, I can't do it. I'll do that next time. But for now, let's get these to Amazon. They'll just charge you 20 cents. So. And they'll sticker up all your stuff. Yeah. But yeah, no, you can do that. Shoes, that's huge. Obviously, any clearance outlets, Nike outlets. With Nike, you just got to get ungated. So you may need to sell a few things before you get ungated. I think you need to sell probably about 100 things. Once you sell about 100 things, you'll be open to that category. You'll just have to apply. It's automatic automatic ungating. So. For Nike, right. Then you can sell that category and other Adidas, all that type of stuff.
Okay, so how
you want to switch? You trying to switch it? Okay. So you're on your phone right now. Okay, let me go on my phone while you're on yours. Okay, great. I'll try to walk you through it. So you lived in Texas all your life?
Yeah, I lived in Texas.
Nice. Oh, right on. I've never been that far down. As far as I've been is the Disneyland. All right. Yeah. So I'm on my browser here. So there's the 3 lines at the top. Click those 3 lines. You can jump on your inventory. Then you click Manage Inventory. Okay. And that will bring up your inventory list. You got that? Okay. 3 lines. Click Inventory, Manage Inventory. Then select the boxes that you want on the left side. Just click each box. Now, above those boxes is that action on however many items. Click that. Now you can do a few things, right? So you've got lots of things you can do here. But this is really for like setting yourself. This is really for working on Amazon FBA. So you can change it to Amazon FBA, Or you can just go, okay, I want to send, replenish it. Like I want to send inventory to Amazon. That's what that means. So you want to send inventory to Amazon on these. Click that send inventory button. Switch to, yep, yep. So,
and now it's by Amazon action.
Yeah.
Items do not commingle inventory option. Can't apply the labels on your behalf.
Yeah.
So basically they're going to label it for me.
Yeah, so I mean you can choose that. If you want to label it yourself, you can do that. Or you can have Amazon do it. And that's what Amazon is just saying here. Commingled is just means that like if there's 5 other sellers, they shipped in 10 things each, we're just going to put all your guys' inventory together. You know, in one box. That you can switch it out of that and go, no, keep my stuff separate. I don't trust what, you know, condition their stuff is in, but for the most part you should be good with commingled inventory. And then labels, you can have Amazon to do it, or if you have a printer. With, you know, that's a little bit more, not complicated, just requires a printer, requires labeling. You know those labels that you would use for like mailing letters? Like those little stickers? Kind of like that. You know, you print them on something like that. So, but you would stick it to each product, right? So,
so I would have to label before I send it in.
Yeah, yeah. And again, same thing. If you click the 3 boxes, when you click the action, there's an option under there for label your products. So like if you wanted to print out these stickers for your products, you would just do that. Click print labels, and then it'll say, oh, how many labels do you want of each? Same thing, you just like, I want 5 of this, 2 of this, 1 of this, and then it'll give you a PDF, you print it out, and then you just put your stickers on. It's super fast to do that. But that's really like so where you are right now, from there you just keep clicking through. It's going to ask you to add how many units of each you want to send to them. And then it just step by step. There's like 4 more steps you go through, confirming with them of what you're shipping them, and then that's it. It'll tell you, okay, we want you to ship them to, you know, YVR or whatever, certain location, Dallas, you know. And then they'll say, how do you want to ship? Are you going to go to UPS or FedEx or whatever and ship it yourself? Or do you want to ship using our option online? And they have a huge discounted option online, which you can say, I want to use you guys, and they'll tell you, okay, it's going to be like $7 to ship everything that you have. We'll charge your account, you know, kind of thing. Here, print off these labels, tape them to your box, and that's it. And then you just drop them off at whatever, you know. If it was UPS, you just drop them off at a UPS place to ship them off. But once you do it once, it's like clockwork after that. Then you start just going and buying a bunch of inventory, you know, buying a bunch of low rank stuff.
That's how I'm trying to get it to where I'm just buying it and shipping it out.
Yeah. That's the best bet. I mean, fulfilling it by yourself, be honest with you, I tried in the beginning. I wasn't making a lot of money, and it was a lot more work. And then when I switched to fulfillment by Amazon, it was just, 1, I just didn't have to think about it. 2, I would just see sales come on my phone. I didn't have to worry about anything, filling an order, finding a box, any of that stuff. The sales rate grew like exponentially. Like 8x is a low, I'm talking it's a low, 8 times 0 is 0, right? But I mean, if you were if you sold one, a fishing rod, by now you would have sold 8 things if you were doing fulfillment by Amazon. And so if you, well, yeah, you would have sold 8 fishing rods or 8 things in total, like 8 times your sales rate. So if you had 1 a day, just doing the way you're doing fulfillment by merchant, like you haven't even had a sale, but I'm just using as as an example. But if you let Amazon do the work, Amazon will be on top of it as far as just the whole spectrum of your storefront will be badged in every way to encourage the customer to buy from you, because you're fulfilling your inventory through them. So you're going to get that Prime badge. You're going to rank better. You'll have more analytics on your back end of your phone, so you actually see a little bit more stuff. It's just all around. It's just a better way to do things. Yeah, you're going to pay these fees. You know, you're going to pay the fees, but your actually sales rate too. So selling on Amazon, let's say you're a merchant, you're selling a fishing rod for $30. If I'm fulfilled by Amazon, I can sell my product for 10% more, so $33, and I still own the buy box. You wouldn't get that buy box, and I would have a higher price. So I can actually price it more, but because fulfillment by Amazon, Amazon recognizes that and says, okay, you can sell it for 10% more, and we'll still give you the buy box until you pass 10%. Then we'll have to give it to that guy. So just little things like that, man. So not that I do that. I usually just match the price anyway, but you know, it's just a better deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 Figure out how you do it.
So what am I paying them now? If I'm putting the barcodes on.
If you're labeling them yourself, then as you go through that process of sending inventory to Amazon, there's a step where you'll tell them that you're doing it. So it's gonna be the prep step. Okay, it's gonna ask you about prep. It's gonna say who's doing it. You, merchant, you're the merchant, or Amazon. You're gonna say merchant is prepping, and that's the prep. You're putting the barcode stickers on there. Okay.
So I'm on the screen by Amazon, and it's giving me the option to a lot of my items.
Because right now they're all fulfillment by merchant, or why?
I don't. It's just not giving me the option. Like for
right.
2 of them on the coffee, you know, snot shot, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
The 𝘖𝙑𝙊𝙆𝙁 by, like, it's not giving me the option.
It's not giving you the option fulfilled by Amazon.
Yeah, so it'll be the option. How do I know what?
Well, I mean, most of those products you told me should be. So I'm just wondering, we probably have to back up a step, go back to your inventory, to managing your inventory. I would go back to managing my inventory and then select all the SKUs, and I would go to first changing them to all to fulfillment by Amazon before I go to the send replenish inventory. Try to go to that step first. So just go back to inventory, select your box. You can even do one at a time, then choose an action, and it's the very first one. Should say change to fulfilled by Amazon. Click that, and then change each one, because that is just a conversion thing, I think. Currently fulfilled by, I mean, all mine are fulfilled by Amazon, so I don't have that option to go back and forth, but I think that's it. I mean, unless you bought something that is you weren't eligible to sell. I'm sure you knew when you were scanning it with your phone, it tells you your eligibility. It'll say you are eligible to sell this product. Yeah, I mean, restricted, usually there's this big red sign that says restricted when you scan it with your phone. They're pretty apparent with that.
I'm trying to do it.
Okay, additional information. That's usually the additional information is they just want to make sure it's not hazmat. You know, does this thing take batteries? No. I think that's the only question they ask you. If you answer no and then just hit continue, that's it. You know, or not does it, but does it include batteries? Does it have batteries like included with it? This is the question they'll ask you. I think in that stage.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. And there's another one. I don't know.
It's not showing the whole thing. Yeah. But sometimes, yeah, so to switch it to Amazon, because you're going to be sending it to them, they want to make sure it's not explosive or, you know, toxic or something like that. So they'll ask you that. And usually they'll only ask you that for ones that for whatever reason never were answered. Like usually some other seller answered it already and it's registered as a non-hazmat product. But I think that's the stage. And you just, as long as you answer it, then it's literally like, I think 1 or 2 questions, like you said. And then you just go, okay. And then you say done, and then it'll ask you, do you want to send inventory? You know, which you can, or you can just wait or whatever. But now you should be converted. But I think you got to convert them all first.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Once they're all converted, then you got to go into the send inventory steps.
Yeah. Now it's like walking me through how to. All right. So.
No problem.
Well, what's going on? Okay, so I got it. I converted the what's it called, out of stock.
What is it saying?
Inactive, out of stock.
Okay. It's inactive, out of stock. So once it's converted, it's going to show inactive out of stock. That's going to be the seeding it's going to get with Amazon until Amazon receives some inventory on their end.
Until I send it into them and they
Correct. So it's going to always remain inactive out of stock until you actually have inventory at Amazon. Then Amazon will email you like every step. Hey, your inventory arrived at our bay. Okay, we're processing it, like 4 emails, like every step of the way. Okay, your stuff is live. And then you'll check and you're like, okay, I have, it'll show you exactly how much inventory you sent them and everything. So once you're there, that's perfect. You're at the right step. So you've converted it successfully to Fulfillment by Amazon. Do the same thing if you've done with all the ones you want to send. The ones you don't want to send, just leave it as Fulfillment by Merchant if you want to do that, on your own, right? So.
Oh no, I'm sending everything.
Send everything, then convert it all. Convert it all, and then all you have to worry about, Sam, is the buy box. Like I showed you in the beginning, just make sure you're all, as much as you can, you're either to match the same price or you own it. So I'll show you one more tip before we go. You can set up your pricing, you can set up your system through where you are in your phone right now. If you go to the 3 lines and you click on pricing, okay, it's going to give you the option to manage your pricing or automate your pricing. You want to go to the very last one called automate pricing. And then if you just play around in here, you can create rules for your pricing, like I always want to be 1 penny less than, and I always want to own the buy box. Or I always want to match the price. If someone drops their price below mine, I want to match them. And you can set up parameters. So you can say, well, I can't go below 15 bucks because then it's not worth it to sell it. And then I want to have a max of like 3 times the, the normal price. So maybe like normally it would sell for 20. I'm going to put my max at like 60. What Amazon will do is though when someone drops to like say 1950, you're gonna match automatically at that minute. So there will never be a second goes by where you don't own the buy box. And with Amazon, I always tell people it's a game of seconds. Like the second you don't own the buy box is the second somebody comes on and wants to buy something, and you lost, you missed the sale, right? So it's a game of seconds. By automating your price, now you can sleep easy. You don't have to wake up in the morning. Okay, I got to jump on there. I got to manage my pricing. I used to try to do it like every half an hour, jump on Amazon and make sure I own the buy box. It just became too just too frustrating. Then I didn't even know about automating, so I automated my price, and then all of a sudden, again, that helped me. My sales just ballooned by doing stuff like that. So learn how to do that automating of price. And if you need a demonstration, I never did one, but I can send you a demonstration. Like I'll just send you a private video or something like that.
Awesome. And I'll check out. I'll make sure to keep
Definitely. When you're ready for to make the big money and get into private label, jump on my course. Yeah.
Trying to figure out just how to learn how it goes, and then I'll grow private label. Like
private label is basically what private label is like. So I have a few clients like in New York and Texas, in your neck of the woods, Ohio, and I just show them how to basically buy products instead of just going store to store and looking for clearance stuff and doing all that work. You can, you're gonna need a computer. So when you get your hands on a computer or a laptop, but it's basically buying products from China that are in demand on Amazon and maybe have low competition, but definitely have demand on Amazon. And then you're just sourcing them online through sites like, there are a lot of sourcing sites like madeinchina.com, alibaba.com, kind of popular ones like that, 𝙁𝙃. So let's say you're like, okay, I want to sell these like knife sharpeners. They look like the demand is pretty crazy. They're selling probably about 3,000-4,000 a month on page 1. You go on to Alibaba, you go, shit, I can get one for like $1. The same exact one that is doing really well on Amazon, I can buy them for $1 each from China. So then you just start contacting people through your website, through Alibaba in China. there's a bunch of factories and salespeople. They'll just, just email them, hey, I'm interested in this particular product on your, on your manufacturer's website. Looking at 300 in quantity. I want to give it a brand name. So private label is where you come up with your own brand name. So you could call it like, Sam's, whatever. You just give it a brand that you like, that you would think would be suitable for the product. So a nice sharpener would be called Sam's sharpener, you know what I mean? And then what the factory will do is they'll actually put your logo or whatever you came up with onto the product. A lot of times they'll do that for free or like really cheap. But what that does is that now separates you from everybody else in the sense that no one's going to be able to jump on your listing and sell your product. So you kind of hold that buy box, you own it forever. So it's kind of like, for lack of a better term, is just a way to get around Amazon's, competition by owning the listing page and not being able to, not having to compete with anybody by branding it yourself. So a lot of people do this called private label, just brand their own product, create their own brand name, have the place in China make however many they want. You want to buy you have $300 to spend. You're going to buy 200 because you're going to have to spend, $70 in shipping and handling. So it's going to cost $270 for 200 units. Then China will ship the units direct to Amazon. You'll never have to touch it or anything. They'll do all the work for you. Ship it to Amazon for $270. Amazon will receive it, put it into your inventory. You'll do the create a shipping plan, while that's all going on, and that's it. So it's really just buying stuff from China, branding it, and sending it direct to Amazon. That stuff that's in demand.
And how do you start private labeling? Like, do you have to have like a criteria?
Not at all. You just have to find products that you're eligible to sell. Okay, so everyone's eligible to sell sharpeners. These three-headed sharpeners, that tri-blade sharpeners, are like some of the craziest volume on Amazon right now. There's in the U.S. there's a lot of products. There's a lot of competition too. Like there's a lot of private label sellers. So it does, it requires what private label selling is in the business of product research versus retail arbitrage. You're in the business of professional shopping. Right, you're just trying to find things. Like you're a pro shopper in every store you can hit. But private label, you're in the business of product research, so you're spending your time going on Amazon looking for stuff that is page 1, top 100 rankings. You're always staying on top of those lists that Amazon put out of the top 100 products. So if you Google Amazon toys top 100, they're going to show you the top 100 toys. If you Google Amazon home, home products, top 100 is going to show you the top 100 home products. And you do it for categories that are not like toys. One thing with private label you can't do is you can't infringe on patents. Like you don't want to sell something that's patented. You'll just get sued, and that'll be the end of your Amazon career. So you just sell things that are no longer patented. Like a knife sharpener is never going to be patented. Fishing rods are not necessarily going to be patented, but you're just going to come up with your own brand for this style of fishing rod that you want to sell. And you just got to make sure that it's in demand, and you got to make sure that there's low reviews on page 1. So if you go onto Amazon and you just Google fishing rods, or you do a search for fishing rods, and you look at it and you go, okay, on page 1, the top fishing rod sellers, none of them have reviews. So you go, okay, the competition must be low because no one's getting reviews. Like 28 reviews is nothing. You want to make sure that the reviews are less than 50, kind of thing. That means it should be easy for you to get to page 1 and rank your product. So it's a little bigger business, Funny enough, I started in private label. I didn't start in retail arbitrage. You're kind of the opposite. You're starting in retail arbitrage and trying to see if this is right for you, and then maybe eventually get to private label. I just started in private label because I learned the kind of blueprint on how to do it. So I just followed a course that I took. I followed every step, and I just educated myself first and just did everything the guy told me to do. And then at the end, I just launched my product and created a listing, like actually created the listing from scratch. Wasn't using anyone else's. And then just learned how to rank it and learned how to get reviews from customers who would buy it. But right away, I think with my very first product, it took me 5 weeks to get to about 500 sales a month with the one product. Now I'm on my 10th. So it's definitely the more profitable, because it's so hard for people to go and do retail arbitrage and go to Walmart and find a toy that's really low ranked that sells really well for them, but to find huge quantity. You couldn't go and get 300 toys. You couldn't go and get 100 or 50. It'd be 20, you'd be lucky, right? Versus it's easy for you to go on Alibaba, find the product that you're selling, make a relationship with the manufacturer, and just continuously, hey Sam, I need 500 more of these. You know, it's going to cost me how much? It's going to cost me $2 each, so $1,000. I'm going to ship them all to Amazon. I'll have that you work up to that number, right? You'll have that 500 sold in a month kind of thing. But in the beginning, you might only order like 100. I need 100 of these. How much is cost? Oh, it's going to cost me $2.50 each. Okay, great. 100, so that's $250 plus shipping is, $80 from China to Amazon's warehouse. That's all you got to factor in. Just shipping and handling direct to the Amazon, and the cost of the product. And obviously the cost of the products in China are really, really cheap. Something that you'd buy, like my latest buy, I'm selling right now for $19.97 on Amazon. I bought for 40 cents in China. So I ended up making a decision. I'm going to buy 2,000 of them and bundle 4 of them together as like this. No one else is doing it. Like, you're going to get 4 of these instead of every other seller is selling you 1. You're going to get 4. So 4 cost me $1.60. And all said and done, it cost me $2 each. And I'm selling for $19.97. Amazon takes their $7 cut because they're doing the shipping and everything. That's fair to me. I don't give a shit. I still make, I'm still making $10 every sale that I make. And I average right now, it's the newest product that I launched. I average about 3 of them a day. But eventually, it's a seasonal product. So this is the low season. But in the high season, I predict that product will probably get up to about 20 sales a day. Yeah, so it's big numbers. That's about $200 profit a day. Pardon? So Alibaba is a sourcing site. Yeah, Alibaba.com. It kind of looks just almost like Amazon. It's called Alibaba. That's where you would buy your products from. Another one's called Made in China. MadeInChina.com. The other one that I use that I like is called 𝙎𝙃. Those are the 3 that I use. Alibaba being my number 1 go-to. 𝙎𝙃.com, yeah.
Got it. You said as far as patent items, how do you know what's patent? Just Google.
Yeah, best place to figure that out is patents.google.com. There was a wallet that I wanted to come out with. I don't know if you know those minimalist wallets. They're like 2 plates that stretch out, and you throw your cards in there. I was gonna launch that. I was like, man, I love this wallet. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Just a cool product. It's very manly. It's just a fun product. And but then I jumped on Google, and it wasn't patented, but it was a pending patent product. And I could have got the product for $9 each, but they were selling on Amazon for between $65 and $100 each. Could have made per sale, after Amazon would charge $10 plus whatever their commission is. I would have made between $20 and $50 a sale. The top seller, there were only 2 sellers at the time. The top seller was doing between 400 and 500 sales a month of that wallet. It's called, the main wallet is called the Ridge wallet, like the ridgewallet.com. But it was on Google Patents or whatever. It was pending patent. So I got scared. I'm like, I'm not going to, I tell all my students, don't take the risk. I'm not going to take the risk. I'm not going to do it. So I walked away from it, and I just went on to do other things. Fast forward 6 months, there's like 15 sellers of that wallet. They all jumped on it. They didn't give a, but I still tell people, like, fundamentally, you don't want to sell something that's patented, because you run into the wrong person. They're just going to shut you down. You're going to be done. So there's so many out there things that you can sell that aren't patented. For you to be a successful private label seller, you need to follow a blueprint. Like, you do need to educate yourself, but you need some software. There's software out there that, like subscription software, like for $30 a month, you'll get like Jungle Scout, and it just helps you look at the back end of all the things that are on Amazon. So like when you search fishing rods, you can click the Chrome extension and it'll tell you how much sales each seller is selling. How many they sold today, how many sell a month, how much they're selling it for, how much profit they're making. So that's what shows you how to actually evaluate, what you want to sell and start. And that's why I say you're in the business of product research when you do private label. So that's what that's all about. Yeah. So it's just about figuring stuff out, right? And eventually you come on, you make a list. You end up making a list of like, okay, I got 10 good ones. I think these are 10 good ones. Then you just run them by, like you run them by me. Hey, Chris, what do you think about these ones? I'll look into them. I'm like, yeah, I'd go with this one or I'd go with that one. And you go, okay. And then you start sourcing it for China. Okay, I can get this one for $5 each. I can get this one for $2 each. You already know which decision you're going to make, right? So that's what it becomes. It just becomes a game of online buying and selling products that are in demand.
So not to be in your bag or nothing like that. You've been doing this for how long now?
Since May is when my first product launched of last year. So I started in March, learned how to sell, bought my first product. Took me about 2 to 3 weeks to decide, and it arrived at Amazon in May of 2017. So I'm about 16, 17 months in. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Right on. No problem. So, it's awesome.
But yeah, like you were saying, what I was asking you was labs. Have you hit your first million yet? Not to try to get
no.
Your bag or nothing like that.
No. Only $500,000.
Hey,
yeah.
That's still a lot.
It's still a lot considering, yeah. It's still a lot.
That is a good turnout. For
yeah.
Just a year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Over a year and a half?
Yeah. We have 3 really successful products, ones that are ramping up, that are doing good, and I have 7 ones that are just I have 10 in total in private label. Some are just accessories I got for like 20 cents. 2 my majors, they're just trickling out, but my 3 major products are doing extremely well in the pet niche and in the animal niche mainly is where I kind of focus my energy.
So is that what's...
Yeah, for me so far, just because for me I have some stuff in the sports niche, like some bicycle seats and stuff like that haven't caught on, but I'll get a sale every so often. Like I'll have like 100 units of these bike seats that I call it under my brand. So my brand name is 𝘼𝙈. I started a basketball company a long time ago called 𝘼𝙈 Basketball, and I just tagged on that brand and started building other brands under the 𝘼𝙈 name. So I have a sports company called Game Speed, and I launched a bike seat under that. It's just trickling sales, but nothing like some of my top selling products. Where I'll be doing like my number 1 selling product, the first product I launched, it peaked at 900 sales in 1 month. And it's like not a fidget spinner or anything like that where it'll ever die. It's a commodity that will be around for forever. And that's what you want to find when you're doing private label. You want to find products that are just going to be around. Like I always use the knife sharpener example, right? You want to find stuff that's just going to be around forever, that are relative products. And also that help people, that would add some benefit. Those are the ones that stick and like last for a long time. Like fishing rods, that's going to last. So like I was looking at the fishing rod page. I'm like, there's a lot of private label sellers. They call it like Burning Shark fishing rod, the Minnow Stream fishing rod. They're just giving it their own brand name and then creating a listing for it. And then they're doing other things to make that listing rise to the top, to page 1. Like, for example, this guy just ran some ads and he's on page 1. It's easy to do that. Super easy to do that, right? So like when I run the numbers on page 1, first spot, that guy's doing 1,200 sales a month. Second spot, 850. Right now I'm on Jungle Scout looking at I'm on Amazon, then I just ran my Jungle Scout. It shows me the numbers of all the 20 top, the 20 guys on page 1. And I'm looking at how many sales they have a month. 1,200, 800, 1,200, 400, 750, and at price points of $35, $36, $47, $33. So sales are good, really, really good for this niche. But the only thing that's scary about it is that there are not many low reviews. Most of them have a lot of reviews, 300, 400, 500. people who buy from Amazon, they want to buy from people who, you know, products that have lots of reviews. So if you don't have any reviews, that's what, you know, it's hard to sell because people won't know how to buy, why to buy your product, right? So but there's a couple spots. There's a few sellers, about 5 sellers with less than 50 reviews on page 1. So doesn't mean you can't get on there. There's an opportunity to get on there. You just got to come out with a really good product, some really good photos and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what, you know, after I think my course launched about 3 months ago. I paid $500 for my course. I was selling my course initially to people for $500. Have a bunch of students, but then I dropped my price down to less than $100. My goal is to get 1,000 students. So it's not pricing. I just want people, you know, obviously psychology is free, right? I'm not charging you a thing. So, but just to teach people who want to learn how to sell and build my brand at the end of the day, right? So you need a blueprint when you're doing private label, and you don't need a course to cost you a lot of money, but you do need to, you can't puzzle this shit together by doing it on YouTube, because you're going to get most of the puzzle, but you're going to not get this. Just like you didn't know about the buy box, you're not going to figure out these little things, or it's going to take you too long. You're going to lose a bunch of money in the beginning trying to figure stuff out. You need a course to show you like right away how to figure things out. So that was the whole deal.
I'm glad I was your 770.
Yeah. Lucky 777. That was hilarious, man. I was waiting for 777 to hit. Keep in touch. Definitely keep in touch, Sam. You hit me up. You got my cell number now, so if you need to connect with me, ask me any questions. You can reach out anytime.
I pretty much got everything I need.
All right.
To go by how those numbers, or can I work my way around that?
Well, you can do it. You can do it with the manual method we talked about in the beginning, using the estimator tool. Every product on Amazon is ranked. Whether you go online or through the app, you can always find what that product is ranked on. You just click on the product. Somewhere along the page is going to tell you its ranking. And then just take that ranking and plug it into the estimator tool, and it'll tell you how much of that particular product is selling. So what I like to tell people is, if you're searching a niche, again, like fishing rods, just look at, like, you know, page 1, look at a few of them to see what kind of the average rank is for page 1. And then just plug that into the estimator tool, and it'll tell you what your page 1 average is as far as sales per month, you know, for that particular tool. So, I mean, if we looked at fishing rods here, and I'm just going to click on like a random one, the 4th one here. And I'm scrolling down to, so right towards the bottom it says product information. It says this one's ranking is 11,279. So then I would take that and I would go into Jungle Scout's free estimator tool. What category would fishing be? Sports and outdoors. Okay, and then I would put in 11,289, I think that I said. Find out now. It tells me that that particular rank in sports and outdoors, which is going to be this guy, because it's all numbered, he sells 300 a month. Okay, so that's the 4th guy down the page. Now that's a pretty high rank. Page 1, the word fishing rods, 4th on the page. He's obviously selling a lot. Now I'll go down to like the very last guy and see what that guy's ranked at. So fishing rods, I'll go down to like, usually there's about 20 to 24 listings on a page. I'll go down to the last guy on this one. It looks like there's a few. So this guy's selling his for $25. It's like a kid's fishing rod. But he's got actually like, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, so this guy's got a 21,792 rank. 21,792. So let's check out that. 21,792. He sells 150 a month. So between 300 and 150, 300 if you're at the top of page 1, 150 at the very bottom for fishing rods. I bet you anything I can get that fishing rod from Alibaba for less than $4 if I were to buy them direct from Alibaba. For sure for less than $4. With the reel and the rod and everything, I'd probably get a good fishing rod for less than $4. So it's just my guess. If it were more than $4, I'd probably walk away from that particular product, and I'd look for stuff with higher demand. But I mean, that's a really manual way to do it. It doesn't cost you anything to use the estimator tool. Is free to use, and it just gives you experience on figuring out ranks on your own up front. But it's, you know, it's you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just gonna help you figure out, you know, the key is you're gonna have to figure out what products you want to sell. You're gonna have to figure that out, not by thinking, never think, this is, I think this will sell. Like, don't go off the I think this will sell game. You know, I like, I don't know, I like boats. I think boats will sell. Never, stuff that you think will sell never never pans out. But if you go to Amazon's actual top 100 pages and just spend time going through all the different categories, top 100, things are going to catch your eye. If it's in the top 100, it's on average selling more than 1,000 units a month for any of the listings that are in any of the top 100s, are usually at 1,000 a month. So then you go, okay, this category looks good. Like if you're in the pet top 100 and just going through all the different things in the pet top 100, see what catches your eye, write 4 or 5 things down, check if they're patented. Okay, that might eliminate 1 or 2 of those 3 left. Now check and see what you can buy them for on Alibaba. Just go to Alibaba, type in the same product, and then it'll come up and it'll tell you what the range of price is, $2, $3. And then that's kind of the way I would do it if I were doing it, you know, manually. And then you could test. You could, I'm going to order 100 of these. Once you order 100, call me up, or before you order the 100, call me up and tell me to show you how to create a listing. And I'll walk you through that. Yeah. If you get there, I'll walk you through that.
Like now, I'm doing this retail arbitrage. I might do it for a few weeks to see how it goes.
For sure.
And then I'm for sure gonna buy a laptop, and then try out this private labeling thing. That's big money, man. That's big money, man. I'm trying to get my piece of cake, you know. Yeah,
a lot of people start with retail arbitrage to build up some, you know, some funds too, and that's a great way to do it. This is Q4, so make sure you're buying toys, as many toys as you can get going, because that's what obviously is going to sell right now. I'm selling a shitload of toys, and it's only what, September? So
Alibaba to Amazon, how would it ship though? But when you ship it from Alibaba to the Amazon warehouse, say what you're going to add.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, prior to your shipment leaving China. So really the steps are this: you order it from the guy, they start production, they want 30% up front. So if your order is $500, they want whatever, $150 up front. Okay, you send it by PayPal to them. Okay, they start your production. Once it's done, they'll want the rest. During that time, you're going to create a shipping plan. You're first off, you're going to have to create your listing because it's not going to exist because it's your own private label. So Sam's Fishing Rods, you create the listing, you add some photos, you tell, 5 bullet points about the product, some back-end keyword search terms, done. Then you add inventory, click the box, create a shipping plan, send inventory, go through the steps, send 100 to, I'm sending 100. But it's going to ask you where you're sending it from. You're not going to send it from your home. It's going to be the address in China. Okay, so you just ask your factory, hey, what's your guys' address? They'll tell you what it is. You put it in your system, save it. So it's coming from there and it's going direct to Amazon. So once you go through your shipping plan, Amazon's then going to tell you where they want you to ship it, what state. Based on the product, they'll know exactly where they need to have it located. Then you're just going to take that information and you're going to tell your factory it has to ship to here. Here's the address. Amazon will actually print out, give you a PDF shipping label that you can give to the factory. So it's pretty just back and forth like that. You tell Amazon the quantity when you're creating a shipping plan. So then once you've created a shipping plan and you've registered it, Amazon now knows they're going to be expecting 100 units from your factory direct to them. And they're going to have given you a label that you have to give that label to China, to your factory, because that's the label specific with the numbers and the barcode, so that it obviously goes to your inventory holding, right? So about that, it's about that basic. It's not complicated, just a few steps. As far as the labeling, you just get your factory to do it. Again, you click on your product. This is the product that the factory's created. So you created a listing, click on the box on the left, create a label. right? Remember that option in the action plan where you can create the barcode label? Click that. It'll come up with a PDF for you, just a single PDF barcode. You take that PDF, you send it to your factory. Hey guys, I just need you to put this as a sticker on each product. They'll do that for you. A lot of times they'll do it for free. Worst case scenario, if you didn't order, you usually have to order a certain amount of quantity to get them to do it for free. But let's just say 100 isn't enough. They're only going to charge you like 5 cents. For 100, that's going to be $5 to do a sticker on every one of your things. So it's really cheap. And then that's it. That's it. And then your brand is the other thing. So your logo, let's say you already have like a cool logo that you like, and a niche brand name that you think you're going to use for the product that you would launch. So that becomes your brand and your logo. You can get someone to make a cool brand logo for you on Fiverr for $5, or you can do it yourself if you know how to do that stuff. But you just send that logo in a PDF to your manufacturer, the one who's going to make your product, and they'll screen print that right onto your product for you. So every one of your products is going to have your logo and your brand on it, which becomes really like you just had your baby, right? You're like, man, I just made my own product from scratch. It's got my logo. It's like you just going about creating Nike, and you're doing it through Amazon. You're creating your brand through Amazon, and it's going to grow. You're going to start selling 1,000 a month. You're going to be like, man, I just created a logo, a brand that's selling $250,000 a year of this one product, right? This one brand. So that's how it grows. That's how fast it grows. And it does happen, Sam. I'm a walking testimonial of how that happens. So, and then you just want to create other things with that brand. You want to start getting into hats and shoes and whatever, right? So that's how it works. And China is pretty straightforward, man. They want all your business.
Oh yeah, shit.
They want all your business for cheap, Yeah.
That's honestly, that's totally honestly why Nike and it's the same concept. They buy shit from China so cheap, they probably get people in China to make the shoes so cheap.
Oh yeah.
And then they sell it here for like $500.
Yeah, yeah. That's why Big Baller Brand does the same thing. They all do the same thing, man. It's all private label. It all began with private label, right? So.
It's really crazy. They make so much money off of.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Where have I been this whole 25 years of life, man?
I know, man. I know.
Going
Exactly. Now it's coming out that the whole school route is so outdated, and people shouldn't do it. Schools are gonna have a hard time. In the next 5 to 10 years, it's gonna be a challenge for schools.
That's the assured way to make a living, because all these other shit's not really sure. You could be successful. The competition from like the job, depending on what your major is. Yeah. But the job in whether that's the society's way of, hey, this is what you got to do. When in reality it's not. Like you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah. You can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, people are starting to realize that with the advent of internet and YouTube and Instagram, all these video sites, people are just watching other people going, oh, wait, hold up. These young kids, they're 17, 16 years old with these booming businesses, and whatever. They may be fronts or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, they're just seeing that there's a different route. A lot of people aren't doing the old rat race to get, to become successful, or, the job, or working for somebody else. They're like, I can try this on the side. And then all of a sudden it becomes successful, right? So.
Right.
It's crazy.
I saw a dude, and what got me into this, I was trying to look through jobs right now. Yeah. Because I'm in sales. I sell the new. Yeah. And all we do is we pop up in grocery stores. We have a way that we get the leads. We're like, hey. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, by the way, do you use coupons? Yeah. And that's what we promote in the paper. Hey, we got lots of coupons coming in the Sunday and the Wednesday paper. Get about $600 worth of savings. Yeah. A lot of people. Yeah. Between 5 and 10 people who I sell to every day that either love coupons, who either had the paper but they stopped and they wanted it again. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm like, and I'm making pretty good commission. $27 per order per sale. Yeah. 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 I'm making pretty good commission, but I'm realizing, hey, if I'm making between $500 and $1,000 a week, imagine how much money I could make
Yeah, in demand, maybe a little more relevant. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
It's very crazy.
Yeah.
That's what made me want to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm tired of.
Well, you're also in the world of exchanging time for dollars. When you get into Amazon, now you're trying to exchange money for money. Especially when you're doing it on Amazon FBA, so fulfillment by Amazon, is just how much cash flow do I have that I can put into a product and then let my cash make me money. So then it becomes more passive. Where all of a sudden you're getting up, out and one, you'll hear me say a lot of things. I'll be like, I've been preaching to a lot of people. It's an inventory game, so just don't worry necessarily about rank all the time, but just try to increase your inventory that you have in Amazon. Try to stop buying fast food. Try to stop eating out. Try to funnel that money into inventory, and just get your inventory into the hands of Amazon. Let Amazon work the magic, because the more inventory you can buy, the more different things you can buy, the more sales you're going to have. I have this girl who watches me on live. Her name is Natasha. She started in January. And January was zero inventory. She now has 3,000 different books on Amazon. And I'm like, holy shit, Natasha. I maybe have like 500. Like, I'm not huge into the books yet. It's a niche I want to get into. But she has 3,000 over the course of 9 months. And now she's like, we were talking, they're all chatting back and forth. And she's like, I asked her, how much do you make a month off your book sales? She's like, probably on average $150 plus. So she wakes up every morning, usually with about $50 to $60 in her bank account. And by the end of the day, she hasn't done anything other than the books are just selling. She's over $150 profit, commission. And she hasn't done anything other than send it per day. Per day. This is profit after all expenses per day in her bank. So and this is her only focus, and this is what I've been telling people is I'm just like, get inventory to Amazon, just keep getting your inventory to Amazon, invest in inventory. Obviously it has to be ranked. It can't be like stuff that is like, I don't want people to go and start buying anything. It's got to be stuff, but just get your inventory to Amazon. Books are the best way to do it. It's not the book season right now. Book season is Q1, Q2, but books are great because you can usually find them for like $1. You can usually find books for cheap. You can get books for free. But books...
Yeah, there's this place called Price. And I watched a video of this dude. He was buying this shit with books.
Yeah, yeah.
School books.
Yeah.
And he would hit up like the library or whatever, and he'd buy all these school books. School just started. Yeah. And he had like stacks of them.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, school books... Book niche is crazy. Natasha says she sells on average 30 to 40 books a day. So all she's doing is she just keep replenishing her inventory now. That's really her like job. She just goes and gets books. I'm like, there you go. I can't order books from Alibaba. That's too bad.
That's just crazy.
But yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm about to jump on it. I got a lot of stuff. I got to ship out this fishing rod. By the way, is there like a box? I'm trying to figure out what box I'm gonna buy. Like obviously like a rectangle. Yeah,
for
any Walmart and get.
You can just go get a free box. The bigger the better. I mean, a medium size or a large size box to try to fit as much things as you can into the one box, and then just ship that box out. But any box, a free box. You can find a free box or go buy one. I bought one from Home Depot. It cost me like 90 cents or something like that.
Right.
Awesome, Sam. This was great.
I'm forever grateful.
No problem.
Grateful, man. What's your name again?
My name's Chris.
Chris.
You got it. Okay. You got it. I go by Coach CHRISPECT.
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris Pex.
Yeah. Like respect, CHRISPECT.
Okay.
That's the swing on that. Cool, man. It was good hanging out with you, dude. Connect.
I'll definitely get you locked in, man. I'll save your number.
Yeah, connect with me anytime.
You know how it's going.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, we'll connect. All right, buddy. Bye.